Tigers, Bulldogs, Saints. Welcome to DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
We'll call this take two, and only us will get that. We did a great 10-minute interview with Coach K, and, nobody saw it but us. So we're going to start all over. Good morning. Welcome to DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance. For as great as technology is, y'all, sometimes it's not so good, Coach.
The great thing about what we do is we've been able to bounce from location to location around DeKalb County. Sometimes that comes with hurdles that we have to overcome, and Daniel's doing a great job. We're going to overcome this today, and our show's going to press on. Absolutely.
We're at Kleparek Field on the campus of DeKalb County High School. I want to thank Myron Rohde and the folks over at the School Bus Garage for allowing us to tap into the internet this morning to be able to broadcast the show. And I apologize ahead of time. I don't know if the pollen is like thick or what, but I feel raspy and clogged up this morning. Coach, it's good to have you with us, and the field looks great. It's postseason soccer time, and I know your team is ready to go, fired up and ready for Monday night.
Yeah, I think we're ready. As far as the technical difficulties, remember, 6 years ago, this was a soybean field. So we're sitting in a soybean field and doing a podcast. So no worries about the technical difficulties. I think our team's ready. I think we're ready. We're peaking out at the right time. Tournament time is always exciting because this is when you get to do something that leaves a lasting legacy. So we're ready for that.
Looking at this district top to bottom, it looks pretty competitive. Livingston's always tough. Stone Memorial's right there, but you finished third in the district this year. What are some things about the teams in this district really that stand out in your mind this season?
So like I was saying earlier, the teams in this district are pretty strong all the way up and down. And there's a lot of different styles of play. And so you have to be ready each week for a different kind of style and prepare for what they're going to do. And I think we've done a good job of that. Livingston is a tough team. They've got some really, talented girls this year, and that makes it tough up top. And like I said, all the way down through the list, there's some quality players.
What's been the strength of your team this year, and maybe what area have you seen the most improvement throughout the course of the season?
Yeah, so like I said, our team is a just fantastic group of girls. Great group, really tight-knit, the kind of team that really likes to play for each other and play together as a group, and that makes it fun to coach. And that's really their strength. They play well together, and as a group, they're strong. And so they just use the skills that we work on in practice as a group and just keep building and building as the year goes on. I told them the other day after the game, if I took a snapshot of our team on that opening day and compared that to now, I've seen so much improvement, and I'm so proud of them.
Coach, you had some great questions during the first take, so I'm going to let you take over again.
Good thing I make notes during the broadcast so I can go back and reflect on that. Looking at your overall record, not that impressive, but when you get into your district record, it's quite a bit different. How does playing those tougher teams, it's Smoky Mountain Cup and those other teams you scheduled, how does that help you get better?
So, yeah, our overall record is 5-9, which really doesn't sound very good. But the non-district teams that we've played are all ranked in the top 25. And so playing those high-level teams really pushes us to get better and challenges our defense to get play against better opponents, and really makes our offense have to earn their goals. And so I think that really helps us to improve. A 4-2 record in district sounds a lot better than 5-9. But I think that we get there against those tough teams because we've played harder competition.
Is there an area of your play that has developed more because of that stiffer competition?
I think all across the board it has, but we start 2 freshmen on defense, and starting 2 freshmen on defense is really tough. But when they're playing, week in, week out, tough competition, they're getting better and better and better, and you see growth, and you see them improve, and that makes them stronger. And then up top, we really have to earn our goals, and so the girls have really figured out ways to work together and to, different patterns that we can take that can get through all kinds of different defenses.
Monday, you're going to play a team that you defeated early in the year 5-1. in White County. What type of adjustments do you think they will make coming into this next match?
Well, I definitely think that they've improved throughout the season. You can look at their scores and see that they're definitely growing. They have a newer coach, and so with that coach, there's going to be growth throughout the season, definitely as they figure out what she wants and how to play for her. But everybody's hungry at district tournament time, and they would love nothing more than to put us out. So we have to be ready for that. We have to make sure we turn up to tournament level and continue to execute our gameplay and not try to play their way, play our way, and go out there and get the win.
If you're able to get past White County on Monday, you're going to face a team that beat you 5-0 earlier in the year. Without being too specific, what type of changes will you make to try to balance that out?
Yeah, I think we're a different team than when we played them. We played early in the year against them, and we've changed our formation a little bit, and we've just grown a lot as a team. I'm sure they have grown as well as a team, so it's going to be a tough match. They match up really well against us. Just generally, year after year, it's always a pretty close match with them. 5-0 sounds like a beating, but it was actually a lot closer game than that. Their goalkeeper made some really good saves that we had chances to score. But we've gotten more hungry on offense, and that's what we really needed, is to be more aggressive and hungry in front of the goal and put some of those balls in the back of the net.
You've been around for a minute, so I'm sure he's going to make some tweaks that are necessary to give his Lady Tigers the best chance to come out on top.
So I do want to clarify on the schedule. So Monday is the quarterfinals, Wednesday semifinals, and Friday would be the championship. Is that correct?
No, it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Okay,
Yes,
I wanted to
yes.
check. So you would play back-to-back nights if Monday and then turn around and play again Tuesday and championship Thursday, correct?
Right.
Okay.
And Stone Memorial has to play Upperman on Monday, which you would expect the number 2 to beat the number 7.
Sure.
But it's not like we're playing a game and they're not. So that's it is a disadvantage to have to play 2 games back to back. But we've trained hard for it. We go to Livingston, we play to Gatlinburg, and we play 3 games in 3 days. That kind of training to get ready for this stuff. So I think we're ready.
I want to say this. After walking out here and seeing just how broad this field is, I never could have played soccer because I couldn't run that much. And I know it takes a lot of stamina, endurance. You talk about playing 3 days in a row. How rough is that?
It's very difficult. I mean, these girls run miles and miles during a game.
Yeah.
And to have the cardio conditioning and the physical conditioning and then the quick recovery time and come back and get after it, they're elite athletes, and talking about the width of the field, I don't think people realize, our field is 65 yards wide and a football field is 53 1/3. We're playing in a large space. We got a lot of ground to cover, but they do a great job of it.
Yeah, when you get out here and look, it's a lot more intimidating than just, even when you're sitting and watching from the stands, I don't think it looks as big as when you actually come out here. Coach, you brought a couple of your players. Who we got, and what about these 2 young ladies stand out on your team?
Well, these are 2 fantastic girls. We've got Rosio Godinez here next to me, and then on the end is Catherine Knowles. And Catherine is a senior, and Rosio is a junior. These 2 girls play up front for us. They're our goal getters, if you will.
Yeah.
Hard workers, both just get after it every day at practice, get after it in the game, and I don't think you'll find 2 people or anybody other than these 2 people that will work as hard to try to win in terms of athletes. They both will die for you out there in the field.
That's awesome. Ladies, good morning. Catherine, we'll start with you, a senior on the team. And just what does that mean to you being a senior, being a leader, and part of this kind of your last go-round, I guess, with the Lady Tigers soccer team? How's that feel for you?
Oh, it's pretty crazy. I've been here 4 years, and then it just ends. But I really like the people. The people were great. So that's really, helped me realize it's almost over.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What you love about this team?
The people. The people are great. I know I've just said that, but, really?
Yeah.
There's been absolutely no drama. No one's, everybody's just great.
Yeah.
Everybody gets along. It's like a big old family.
Have you had instances where there has been drama, and how do you deal with that when maybe a situation arises?
I'm going to be honest. There's, been, a few little wrinkles here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Just about, hey, knock it off.
Yeah.
That don't mean anything. Just forget about it.
Now, what position you play?
I play center mid.
Okay, and kind of describe your responsibilities for folks that may not be familiar with that.
All right, so a soccer field, I'm in the dead middle.
You're in the dead middle.
Yes. So Rosio would be up top,
Okay.
and then Kinsley Savage, she plays defense, so she'd be in the back. I'm in the middle. If someone's on the side, I got to go to them. If someone's on this side, go to them. If Rosio gets the ball up top, I'm running beside her. If defense drop back, I'm at the top of the box trying to help out. Just really anywhere you need me.
So you're on the go all the time in different places on the field.
That's the goal.
Okay. Pun intended. so Rosie, being a junior on the team and looking up to a senior, what could you say about your teammate as far as she being a leader and a senior on this team?
She's a really good leader. I think she helps a lot. She, like she said, when there's drama, she fixes it up real quick. She's like, "Oh, hey, leave it alone. It's no big deal." I look up to her. She's a really good teammate. I think that. One
thing I always am kind of fascinated with is relationships away from the game, because you got to have some camaraderie, obviously, on the field. But I think it's a lot of the team sort of building that camaraderie comes off the field. Do you all kind of hang out and kind of have a bond away from the game? Sort of, kind of, hang out, do anything?
Well, we talk every now and then.
So if you see each other in the hall, you're not like throwing punches at each other, right?
Well, every now and then.
But knock it off. Yeah. Okay, it's not that big of a deal.
I think one of the big things about our team is we have several groups of girls that are friends outside of soccer.
Right.
And then each of those groups together have friends within the groups. Yeah. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then when we come together as a soccer team, those groups all gel together well.
Yeah.
So there are groups of them that go and do things together outside of soccer, but then they come together as a group when they're together. Yeah.
So, Catherine, this being your last postseason, have you set goals that you want to accomplish before your final season is over?
It's going to be rough to get there, but I really want to get in the championship again. You know, we're going to have to beat Stone, but it's doable.
Mm-hmm.
At halftime of the Stone game, wasn't it 0-0?
0-0.
At halftime, so we just got to push and get through that. That'd be great back-to-back going to the championship.
All right, Coach.
Rosio, when people think of striker and goal getter, as Coach K called you, they watch TV, they see, okay, this is what she does. She's up there, and she's waiting on the ball to get to her. But that's not all you do, is it?
Well, I try to. Me and Catherine, sometimes we change positions. Like whenever I get tired, whenever she gets tired, I take her position, and then whenever she gets tired, she takes mine. So it's just like we both work two different. I don't know. It's just
work together.
We work together. Yeah.
Does Coach K give you the green light to make those changes on your own, or you kind of get signal sideline? Hey, we need to flip, or we just do it?
Me and her, we just do it whenever we can, whenever we get tired, so we can get enough rest to keep pushing and keep playing hard.
What kind of help can you provide defensively?
Always.
One of Rosio's main things is when the ball comes back, she gets between that person and the next so they can't switch it. Because if they switch it, they can drop it down the line and they can get it back into their offense. So that really helps our defense because we're defending over here. When they switch the ball, they have to run all the way over here. Then it's just back and forth. But Rosio does a good job of blocking off that pass in the back.
When the outside players, midfielders work together and they're setting you up perfectly for a score, and you kind of see how this thing is developing, what goes through your mind right before you put the ball in the back of the net?
I really don't think about it sometimes. I mean, I plan on scoring, but I try my best. I mean, we know sometimes what we're doing, and we plan to set it up and try to make a goal from it.
It's called practice. You know what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. They know where you're going to be or supposed to be, or the plan, and we take it from there. Catherine, just a couple of questions, and both ends of the spectrum here. How do you help offensively get her the ball and help assist on that goal?
Offensively, I'll either put it up the sideline, and then Candace Rico or Emily or Becky, whoever's on the side, they will get the ball, give it to her, or even if I have the ball in the middle, I may make a move, get around a defender, pass it up to her, or dribble up and then send her a through ball. Really any way to get it to her or get me going so I can pass it off to her, just anything like that.
Now, Coach K talked about the girls that run 4 or 5 miles or miles during the match. Mm-hmm. That's what Catherine does. The midfielders, they're up and they're back and forth from box to box. So coming back defensively, you talked about getting to the top of the box, but be more specific about what you do in your role as a defender.
Okay, so the way our formation is right now, I think the way we're going to play recently. Wait, I don't know if I should say
that. don't give away the game plan.
No. So we're going to have a few defenders, and then this is just for any formation. There's defenders, then there's D-mids. So if I went all the way in the box, unless it was like a corner kick, it'd just be way too crowded. I would get in the way more than I would help. So most of the time I come back to the top of the box, and then there's usually a girl sitting here. Like the box, I know I use my hands a lot, but there's a girl sitting at the top of the box, and then so I'll try to get between her and the goal, because a lot of times people will try to pass it back, and then they'll get that far goal, and if I'm there, she can't shoot it if I just throw myself in front of her. So that's mainly what I try to do.
Sure reminds me so much of Isaac. Well, girls, you've had a great district season. I know you've got a couple of big matches coming up. Wish you all of the success in the world, and I know that you're going to do great for DeKalb County and Coach K.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for joining us this
Yes.
morning. I know you got Rec League Soccer to get to. We appreciate you coming out. Best of luck. We'll be following you all week long. And go 3-0. Bring some hardware back to DeKalb County. We'll be excited for you. All right, Coach Dylan Kleparek and Catherine Knowles, Rosio I can never say that name right. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Godinez. Right? Godinez. I always put the wrong emphasis on it. Thank you. We're joining us this morning on DC Blitz. We've got Alison Poss waiting in the wings. We'll talk some golf when we come back. DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Teamwork, accountability, honesty, showing respect, dependability. These are all qualities that I began learning as an athlete growing up in DeKalb County. Hi, this is Tennessee Assistant Golf Coach Payne Denman. Whenever you're looking for a teammate that has your back, look no farther than my friend Grant James and the team at DeKalb County Insurance. They can help out with all your business, auto, home, life, or Medicare insurance needs. Give them a call today at 615-597-0660 or visit them at www.decabinsurance.net. Tell them I sent you, and as always, go Vols.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
At Home Services, we work with both residential and commercial properties to provide many services, specializing in dump truck delivery of rock, dirt, and other materials, driveways and parking lots, excavation, finish grading of yards, erosion control, snow removal, and more. Plus, septic tank installation, repair, septic tank pumping, and porta potty rentals. Learn more by visiting our website at homeservicestn.com or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Bad Boy Mowers is giving back to all those that risk their lives to protect and defend our nation. Our Bad Boys of America Zero Turns for Our Heroes program is available for a limited time at Bad Boys Nationwide Dealer Network. Qualified buyers, that's veterans, active duty military, first responders, EMTs, firefighters, and law enforcement, receive up to 25% off MSRP on all Bad Boy Mower models. And some really cool Bad Boy Mower swag. Find your big boy mower at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at southernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Well, hey there, this is Coach Abram Edwards with Vitality Fit. Man, we are offering a new speed and agility training program with me this fall. It's going to be October 26th through November 23rd. That's the Saturday to Saturday. We're going to be looking at 9 training sessions total, some on Tuesday and Thursday through the week. You can check more info there at the gym. We are going to do a price discount if you pay for all of the training sessions up front. Man, I am looking forward to spending time with all these young athletes. We're looking at mainly middle school and high school athletes of any sport. I know feet and I know quickness, and I can help you achieve the full potential that you have, that God has given you. And we want to make you the best athlete you can for whatever sport possible. Again, this is Coach Abram Edwards with Vitality Fit.
Get more information by visiting Vitality Fit on Facebook or Instagram, or check out their website, vitalityfittn.com.
DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Tom, Coach Vance, and we've got Alison Poss joining us this morning to talk a little golf. Not just Alison Poss, I should say region champion. Alison Poss, first of all, congratulations on winning region.
Thank you.
How'd that feel? I mean, you had a great day on the course, and what was that like?
Honestly, it was a great feeling because this senior season has been terrible for me.
Oh, no.
I mean, the first couple matches, I shot like 10 over, so that was just a great feeling to get my game back.
Has it been a process? Maybe the season started a little slow and it's kind of gotten better for you?
Yes, I'm practicing a lot more recently, so that's helped a lot.
What were some things maybe you had to adjust along the way to kind of get your game to where you wanted it to be?
Honestly, just like practicing putting and stuff because we haven't been able to putt out at our golf course, so honky tonk has helped us a lot.
As a team, you all did exceptionally well at region, of course, and just talk about that, how well the team's playing. Do you feel like you're playing your best golf as you go into state this week?
I feel like this week is collectively as a team, we're all playing our A game right now, and I feel like we're all going in like to our best ability.
But as you well know, it's going to be some tough competition there. Coach, I know you want to get into that a little bit, and I'm going to let you kind of take over because you've had some experience in this realm and some of the competition they're going to be facing.
Yeah, we were talking about, and Alison mentions Greenville, and I remember back when we were taking our boys and girls teams to the state, and we would look at the teams out of Memphis and their girls teams, and I would tell you that, their qualifying shooting scores well above 100. Yeah. And it's partly because of the course, and it's partly because of the level of competition. So when we look at, and it's tough to do because you look at teams that are scoring 80 and 85, going 165, and where y'all are really close to par 144, it's tough to do that comparison shopping because you do not know the conditions. You do not know how the course was set up. And so the scale could be a little bit different and more difficult there. So it's hard to kind of throw your vision in that way. How many years will this make you going and playing in state?
This will be my second year.
Second year.
Yes.
So last year as a team where y'all finished 8th, and now this year,
yes.
I wasn't sure if you went as a freshman or a sophomore.
No.
So have you played Sevierville before?
I have last year, yes.
And how did you do?
Last year was probably the worst I've ever shot since middle school.
So it was held there last year?
Yes.
Okay. Apologies for not doing my homework.
Good job.
What is challenging about the golf course?
Honestly, probably walking the golf course. I mean, there's one hole, it's just straight up. And it makes you really tired feeling.
And so they don't allow a golf cart like
No.
they'll sometimes do at the honky-tonk from one to the next. They don't, not at all?
They do not.
Talk about the type of club that you're going to have to hit well to be able to compete and excel at the state tournament.
Probably my long irons because the greens, they're really like big, so it's like hard to
I'm probably just like approaching shots and like long irons because there's a lot of long par threes, so that's going to be difficult.
You obviously played well shooting a 71 at Deer Creek. What was the best club that was working for you that day?
I would say, honestly, my irons were my best that day. But we played at Golden Eagle.
Oh,
the 71.
I'm sorry, Coach. I didn't correct that on the
You're
schedule.
okay.
I see.
I thought I'd done my homework on that one.
I didn't do my homework either, Coach.
Okay, so that was my homework.
I slept through class that day.
You talked about practicing more with a purpose from the beginning of the year to now. How will your practice strategies change now that you're going from region to state and a golf course that was challenging to you last year?
Honestly, just thinking about the shots that I'm going to be hitting and trying to focus on like different types of shots, uphill, downhill, just trying to have a variety of shots to hit from.
Are there certain situations that you may practice that you might not normally practice? I mean, you're tree hooked or deep in the woods or whatever.
Probably a lot of uphill shots with my like short and long irons, just trying to figure out how to hit it high as I need to.
Well, I tell you what, the girls have had an outstanding season. You're looking at first and third in the region.
Yeah.
And I don't care what golf course you're playing or how it's set up, that's going to be really strong and really tough to defeat. So best of luck going into the state, and we know y'all are going to do well.
Well, thank you.
And 38-1 on the season has just been phenomenal. Y'all have had a great year. And kind of, how's it feel? You closing out your high school golf career? What's that like? Is it a little bit of emotion with that?
A little bit. It's a little sad just to think about like this week is my last week that I'm going to be out there on the course with all my friends. But it's kind of made me change my mindset about golf. Like I want to do more in golf. So it was like I kind of want to grow more in it.
We usually wait till toward the end of the show to announce this, but I want to say this now that Alison's here. We had a great turnout for our vote this week for the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week. And, Alison, you were selected as our Student Athlete of the Week. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
We don't have your plaque today. We hopefully will get it with your name spelled right and the right color and everything. But congratulations. We did want to mention that for an outstanding effort at Region. Congratulations on that championship. And you going to make any bold predictions for the state, or are you just going to hold off?
I'm just going to leave it as it is.
Let it go, right?
I don't want to say anything that'll mess us up.
All right. Well, good luck to you. And that's coming up on, I believe, Thursday and Friday. Is that correct? The 10th and 11th.
Yes.
And it's up in Sevierville. One thing I did kind of want to know, they got a lot of rain and some damage up that way from the hurricane, obviously, that came through. Has there been any talk of that the course was affected in any way because of that?
I haven't heard anything. No, I haven't heard anything from Coach or anybody.
Okay, well, hopefully not, but I know that area certainly was impacted. We hope everything is all right with that. All right, when we come back, Coach and I, we're going to talk a little football, get into some other sports. Justin Nokes is going to join us in a little bit. Alison Poss has been our guest this segment. Stay with us. This is DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is DeKalb County Insurance. Get a quote today at DeKalbInsurance.net.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
Ignite HVAC Electrical and Plumbing offers both residential and commercial sales, installation, and service. We want to set ourselves apart from the rest of the heating and air industry by providing a seamless experience from your project start to finish. We also offer duct cleaning, which will help improve the performance of your unit. No job is too large or too small. For any heating and air, electrical, or plumbing job, give us a call at 615-597-0100.
Just like the excitement of the big game, life is filled with unforgettable moments. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that when the final moment comes, you want to honor those moments with dignity and care. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding solace in a time of grief, our compassionate staff is here to provide the support you need. Trust Love Cantrell Funeral Home to guide you through with respect and professionalism. Love Cantrell Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of DeKalb County Athletics through 3 generations. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Bad Boy Mowers is giving back to all those that risk their lives to protect and defend our nation. Our Bad Boys of America Zero Turns for Our Heroes program is available for a limited time at Bad Boys Nationwide Dealer Network. Qualified buyers, that's veterans, active duty military, first responders, EMTs, firefighters, and law enforcement, receive up to 25% off MSRP on all Bad Boy mower models. And some really cool Bad Boy Mower swag. Find your big boy mower at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at southernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Do you work out on a regular basis but just don't feel like you're getting the results that you truly want? Maybe you're on the field, on the court, or you just want that extra edge in speed, strength, or power. Or hey, maybe we just want to feel a little bit more confident in our jeans this fall. I'm Caroline Cantrell, nutrition coach at Vitality Fit, and the reason that you might not be achieving those goals could be related to nutrition. I would love to help you dig deeper into your nutrition goals, create a map for those, and provide the education and the accountability you need to achieve that. I have new client openings available for fall, and I'm also hosting a pre-holiday nutrition event held at our facility on November 16th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vitality Fit and Caroline Cantrell Nutrition.
DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Well, let's dig into some other sports as we're waiting for Coach Justin Nokes to finish up his rec league game over at Northside this morning. Some of his players are already here to join us, and we'll talk about them just a little bit. Coach went up to Macon County last night, 2-1 game. They lose in the championship game. Very, very tough game, and what a great season they've had, though. I mean, yeah, just a fantastic season. He's got a great group of young ladies on this team, and we're really pulling. I mean, 2 weeks in a row, the middle school could have won some hardware, but they do get second place, and I think just an outstanding season.
Yeah, that prompted me to kind of reach out to Kristen Van Vranken, the cross country, and find out what they've got coming up, because I was really excited about the middle school.
Yeah.
You know, here's football, here's the soccer team that's doing well, and let's see just how far that streak can go. But you look at the soccer team, we'll get into it later. You know, they lost one regular season district match, and then, of course, they lose in the finals of the championship. But it's a great season, Coach Nokes and the Lady Saints.
Absolutely. We're going to talk to them a little bit more about that coming up. Macon County finished 9-0-2 in region, and DeKalb County actually had tied them up there during the regular season 2-2. But, again, a very, very tough match. And ends up losing last night 2-1, their final record for the season, 9-4-4. You mentioned cross country at the middle school. They competed in the Highlands Classic at Cookeville just a couple of days ago. And Landon Brown was first overall at the Highlands Classic with a time of 12:19. The boys' team finished second at the Classic, but what an effort there by Brown. 12 minutes, 19 seconds. Lucas Cable was seventh overall. Lennon Salas, hope I'm saying that right, finished eighth overall, but great day there for Landon Brown.
And again, I've brought this up before, and my kids did it in middle school, but I have no idea how you want to participate in a sport that is another sport's punishment. You just it is on a shirt, by the way. I can't credit it. I have no idea, but I've heard that for a long time, and it is so true. The amount of training and the work that Van Franken puts in with these kids, and it is truly a family because they all are going to do their work together. They come out by the golf course a lot of times, and they just find that flat stretch of land, and off they go, and you'll drive by and the kids just bebopping down the road. They're getting their miles in.
Do want to mention you had reached out to Coach Van Branken, and their regionals, I think this is high schools, coming up on the 29th, which she said is a little bit later this year, and talk about it was going to be challenging to qualify as a team, but she feels like Ben Driver could be one of the qualifiers from the boys' team, and they only have 3 girls on the team, so they won't be able to qualify as they need a full 5 in order to do that. But a lot of work's been going in with the high school team, and Ben Driver, I know Coach Van Branken was telling us on the show a couple of weeks ago that she was glad to have him back. He sat out last year, and he's had a big season there for them.
He really has, and you know, when you go and watch one of these regular season meets, it's nothing like when you go to a regional meet or even a state meet, because you'll see 150, 200 kids lined up on a line.
Yeah.
And they're all going 100 yards down the road for a narrow path about 3 foot wide. And it's not room for 2 people. And the first one in there in that chute is obviously going to be in the leader. And the further you get back and start stumbling, the harder it's going to be to come back. So, you know, hats off to Landon Brown and Lucas Cable.
Absolutely. Coach, let's shift gears and talk a little high school football. The DeKalb County Tigers were looking good up in Lafayette last night. I think it led 24-14 at the half. At one point, went up 27-14, and, the wheels fell off. The Borders brothers up there, they are for real. Macon County charges back with 35 unanswered points. Tough night for the black and gold. They lose their second consecutive region game, 49-27. Ends up the final score to DeKalb County on the short end. The last 2 weeks have been tough. Not just for the sake of losing games, but region games and this ultra competitive 4-4A. DeKalb County is going to need a little help now to get in the playoffs.
It's a much larger district than what you'll find typically across the state with 7 teams. You go over and look at Gordonsville. They've got a 4-team region, and they're in the state before they ever played their first game.
Right.
So one really good football team is going to be left out of the state this year. But, yeah, I was getting like 38 different messages from Joey Reeder, Patrick Cripps, Randy Jennings. They were keeping me updated with my ball game. And it started off with DeKalb taking advantage of a lot of mistakes by Macon County with 3 fumbles, and they're able to forge ahead into the third quarter, like you said, 27-14.
Things changed. Halftime adjustments, you always talk about it, and Macon County came out. DeKalb County had some miscues themselves in the second half. When you look at the 4-4A standings now, Upperman's sitting pretty. They're 4-0, and I don't think they're going to lose. Macon County took them to the wire. In fact, Macon County was up 2 scores on Upperman, and Upperman able to come back and win that ball game by a point. They've got to come to Smithville and play DeKalb County, obviously, in Week 11, and that's a game Tigers may have to win to get in coming up in Week 11. But that Upperman team, I believe they're ranked number 1 in the state right now in 4A. They're the defending state runners-up, and they're looking for real.
They really are. The only thing that I've heard that's suspect about Upperman at all is like the defense, that's something, and Coach Trapp always finds a way to score points. But like you said, DeKalb County is going to go to Cumberland, then they get a bye week, and I think that's a crucial time for a bye week because then they are going to host White County, and then they're going to host Upperman, but they need that bye week to maybe get healthy, but maybe to regroup. Cumberland's going to go a long way in regrouping. You're going to feel better about yourself after playing Cumberland, but you're going to need some mindset adjustment as you head into White County, especially Upperman in Week 11.
Let's talk about that bye week, though, because that's also coming at fall break. And I know in years past, DeKalb County's played on fall break week, and that's Coach Trapp was always frustrated because it's kind of hard to get your routine. Everything's dysfunctional. Is it good still, though, with those two big games, having that bye week on the week of fall break? Will it still be kind of difficult to keep players' minds focused on two big games to wrap up the regular season?
I'm sure that Coach Trapp has had conversation with several parents about a vacation, a little break away from football.
Yeah.
We want to go south. We want to go to the mountains. We want to do something a few days. So I'm sure he's had some conversations, and I don't know if he's been able to win all of those battles, but I'm sure he's going to want to keep as much of his team intact and do some workouts through that off week and get that preparation. But, you talk about the schedule of your practice and your normal routine, and anything that causes you to deviate from that, which this would, is just, I don't know, it's just detrimental to what you're trying to get accomplished. And the mindset as far as what the kids are absorbing during the week, as far as changing adjustments, they may get half of it. And if they're not even there, they're not getting any of it. So I can understand not wanting to play during, your fall break, but sometimes it just can't be avoided. And this year, they're fortunate.
So, again, Upperman leading the pack at 4-0. Then you got White County, Stone Memorial. They're both 3-1 in the region right now. White County defeated Stone Memorial earlier this season. So by virtue of the tiebreaker, they set it to Stone Memorial at 3. 4 teams go, and right now Macon County has moved a half game ahead of DeKalb County. Honestly, it's a full game because the tiebreaker goes to Macon County with the head-to-head victory last night. DeKalb County sitting at 1-2. Then you got Livingston and Cumberland County, both still looking for a region win. So DeKalb is on the outside looking in right now. You definitely got to beat White County. You most likely going to have to beat Upperman, too, I think, to get in.
I think you're looking at having to get at least 2 wins to get you to 3, and then maybe start worrying about tiebreaker scenarios and all of that. But they're going to have to get to 3 wins on the season to even have an outside chance at making the playoffs.
You wonder about the mindset, too. They came out strong, a 5-0 start to the season. You get back-to-back. And we knew every region game was going to be tough. They got Livingston early on, but then you get Stone and Macon. How do you feel like maybe the mindset is changed for the team? Is this a point where maybe they're frustrated and feel a little back on their heels, or how do you feel like they approach this moving forward?
I hope they're not pointing fingers within the locker room, because it's a team sport, and it's one that we probably talk more about playing complementary than any other sport.
Yeah.
Maybe basketball, good defense leads, or a good offense leads a good defense or whatever, but you look at the game last night and you start looking at the game that they played against Gordonsville. Gordonsville made several mistakes defensively, special teams, that gave DeKalb County that advantage, and they were able to come away with a two-score win. Same thing happened last night. DeKalb was able to take advantage of the defensive opportunities that were given to them, and they thrust and they get a 27-14 lead. And then you start having breakdowns in the kicking game, and you start having some struggles offensively, and then the defense is on the short end of the field. So the complementary football kind of evaporated and got away from DeKalb last night. But that's it. You have 5 really good teams.
Yeah. And
whichever team is going to play the cleanest on a given night is going to be the team that wins that football game.
You talk about like Gordonsville in a 4-team region. TSSAA has struggled so much to get it right, and it's been 30 years since they expanded from 3 to 5 classifications. Now we've gone to 6, and private schools now have all. And they still just seem to struggle to get it fair and even across the board. There seems to be no good answer to all this.
A lot of people will point to the dollar sign, and that's why the TSSAA does this, and they're not too concerned about making people happy, and they're not concerned about a Red Bull and Springs at 1-9 making the playoffs when you've got a 6-4 team sitting in the same classification that's out of it.
Right.
They're not worried about that. They're trying to do their best to keep it fair, and sometimes with the proximity of schools and the size of schools, it just makes it where it's not fair. Somebody was talking last night about, hey, I wish they'd go back to the old region. You can't do that. You can't have York and Cannon County back in there with Livingston and Smith County and DeKalb County, because there's just such a size differential.
Yeah.
They're doing the best they can, TSSAA. It just doesn't always work out, and those schools that aren't benefiting from that, they're the ones that tend to squeak a little bit.
That always seems to be the gripe with the rural schools, though, because they seem to be the most affected by, I think, some of the classification. And I know over the course of that 30 years, DeKalb County has been in regions with you remember Portland, White House, Springfield, when they were great, great teams there. And DeKalb County was just kind of struggling to, to get anywhere with the football program. They bounce from that, at least geographically. Now it makes more sense than it used to.
It does, and I think that's what the schools rural are looking for is proximity on travel.
Yeah.
Jackson County scheduled to be 2A last time. They jumped up into 3A, so they would be there with Smith County and hopefully be local and not as much travel. And what happens? The state moves them to Nashville.
Yeah.
So you get Smith County and Jackson County from here playing the Nashville schools. That's just ridiculous. The travel, the expense that they're not looking at on these individual high schools and these programs. So I think the rural teams, the schools are looking for just help us proximity-wise.
Yep.
I'm okay with playing somebody that has maybe 200 more kids than we've got. But please don't make us travel an hour and a half to play a regional football game.
One thing that's kind of impacted this region over the years, since it's kind of become what it is, Macon County sort of bounces back and forth. They come to our region for a little while, and then they go up and play, up in that Portland region for a little. And to me, that's a little bit mind-boggling as well, as there's no consistency there, shifting them back and forth from one region to the other.
I don't know.
It just doesn't. I don't get it. I mean, I guess I'm about consistency, and it's gotten better, but it's still. I think we'd like some consistency overall in high school football.
Right. Wayne Cantrell's last couple of years and my first 2 years, we were traveling. And get this, and these teams were always like in the quarterfinals of the state every year. But you were looking at Portland, and you were looking at White House, and you were looking at Springfield. And then DeKalb. We're going to send DeKalb in that area. And, let's bring a team from Clarksville in there in Montgomery Central. So it was nuts. There's no rhyme or reason other than maybe that dollar sign, but I don't want to speculate.
We won't speculate.
We won't go there.
Let's talk some junior pro football. How about the junior Tigers? They are undefeated. They are 7-0. They shut out Upperman last week, 27-0 in the quarterfinal playoff round. They will be playing the Junior Panthers of Stone Memorial today in the semifinal round. And if they win today, Coach, they'll be playing it for the championship next week against Fentress County or Monterey. Those are the other two teams in the semifinal round. DeKalb County goes 6-0 in the regular season. Fantastic year for the junior Tigers. They've been dominating this year.
They really have, and it's a stark contrast to the other two. But when you start looking at age groups and how they're going to work, this junior pro is going to help the seniors. Mm-hmm. When they're in high school as junior seniors, you're going to have this steady class of sophomores that are going to enhance that. And they will be seniors when you get a smaller flow of the Pee-wee team that are going to be the freshmen and the sophomores. So it's probably a good mix to have right there in the middle of these two teams that are a little bit struggling because they are super strong. It's a powerful team.
And hopefully we'll get an update on that game sometime later today. Good luck, though, to the junior Tigers, again, taking on the Junior Panthers today in the semifinal round. Volleyball, they've wrapped up the regular season. If anybody's got updates, by the way, on volleyball, feel free to post them on the Blitz page. Send us a message because, again, with it being a first-year sport, Coach, I'm not familiar with how their postseason works. I'm sure there's a district tournament. I just don't have any details to pass along, and we do apologize for that. But, first-year program, a lot of learning, a lot's been going on, a lot of excitement with the program, though, this year.
Take a little sound bite from Coach K. Mm-hmm. If you take a snapshot of this volleyball team from game one, match one, and the last match that they had, it's a completely different team.
Yep.
And credit to Coach Horton and her staff and the players because of their commitment to, hey, we're going to jump in even as seniors. I'm going to give this sport a try my senior year and see what happens, knowing that the results may not be great.
Sure.
But I'm going to try, and I'm going to bust my tail, and we're going to work together, the team, to get better.
Absolutely. A lot of work, and these kids have been working hard. We're just we're excited about volleyball. And like I said, if you've got any updates, you can pass along, share them with us on the DC Blitz Facebook page. One thing we haven't mentioned today, Kelly's not here. Did you notice?
I did notice. I noticed when she's not here. I noticed when Casey's not here.
Yeah, Casey had to work. I think
work.
Yeah, that four-letter word gets in the way of something. But Kelly's off to have another softball tournament with her daughter today. So.
We knew that. We knew, like with Casey, there's going to be every other week that he has to miss because of just banking and working, period, let alone if he has to travel or whatever for his kids. We also knew with Kelly that she's going to have some obligations. Family's going to come first.
Yep.
And, but I mean, we're going to trudge along. We're going to miss them both. The program's not the same, but we can do this.
So, Kelly, we missed you today. She did send us a message on Facebook Live earlier to let us know that she was watching and she misses us, and we miss her too.
Hey, before we break away from this,
okay,
your timing on putting together this type of podcast, for DC Blitz, because just kind of go back and look at it. We can start with DeKalb Middle School football champions.
Yeah.
And then we look at soccer, and they're playing for the championship.
Right.
And then we look at high school golf, and we've got the golf team going to the championship.
Very true.
And then you want to look at the juniors and junior pro.
Yeah, yep. Well,
great timing.
Timing is everything, they say. In my case, it's dumb luck.
It is a great time to be a sports fan in DeKalb County.
Absolutely is. And by the way, I want to thank all the folks out there that reached out, that are watching, that are sponsoring. We've got people asking about sponsoring, which we appreciate that. We do have sponsorships available. Right now, it's basically the show. We're looking for sponsors for the show at this time, but we are going to have more games coming up live. We'll be talking about that. But right now, that's kind of a work in progress, so we're not going to, be somewhere every week doing a game, but man, the feedback's been phenomenal, and I just can't thank folks enough for that.
And we have batted around the idea of, I don't want to use that word, of offering, of participating in fundraisers.
Yeah.
For so much money raised that maybe Kelly wears a Tennessee jersey or something on the show. We've batted that around a little bit, so coaches keep that in mind and give us some proposals, and we may be willing to do that.
And we're not talking about fundraisers for us. We're talking
for the programs.
Yeah, for the sports programs, and I'm all about that. So if we can, within reason, I might wear a Vandy jersey if, we raise enough money, but I won't wear a red jersey.
I have worn a Florida football cap for Payne Denman once. I can do it again for money.
But we do thank everybody for your support of the program. For our game broadcast, it's just been phenomenal. I mean, this is our 8th week of doing this, and it's taken off, and we owe a lot to our community. We really appreciate that. All right, let's talk some soccer. When we come back, we'll talk some ladies Saints soccer. Stay with us. This is DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Teamwork, accountability, honesty, showing respect, dependability. These are all qualities that I began learning as an athlete growing up in DeKalb County. Hi, this is Tennessee Assistant Golf Coach Payne Denman. Whenever you're looking for a teammate that has your back, look no farther than my friend Grant James and the team at DeKalb County Insurance. They can help out with all your business, auto, home, life, or Medicare insurance needs. Give them a call today at 615-597-0660 or visit them at www.decabinsurance.net. Tell them I sent you, and as always, go Vols.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
Tennessee Fleet provides automotive sales and installation of equipment, lighting, vinyl, graphics, accessories, and more. Some of our services include sales and installation of vehicle graphics and decals, car audio, custom wheels and tires, storefront window wraps, fleet and commercial equipment, car, boat, and ATV accessories. Learn more about the services offered at Tennessee Fleet by visiting our website, TennesseeFleet.com, or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Want a mower that's tough enough to break all the rules? Want everything without sacrificing anything? Want performance for the long haul at an unbeatable value? The perfect balance of power and performance? You want a bad boy mower. Packed with power, muscle, simplicity, and comfort the pro and you demands. It's your time. You deserve a bad boy. Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. Find your big boy mower at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Well, hey there, this is Coach Abram Edwards with Vitality Fit. Man, we are offering a new speed and agility training program with me this fall. It's going to be October 26th through November 23rd. That's the Saturday to Saturday. We're going to be looking at 9 training sessions total, some on Tuesday and Thursday through the week. You can check more info there at the gym. We are going to do a price discount if you pay for all of the training sessions up front. Man, I am looking forward to spending time with all these young athletes. We're looking at mainly middle school and high school athletes of any sport. I know feet and I know quickness, and I can help you achieve the full potential that you have, that God has given you. And we want to make you the best athlete you can for whatever sport possible. Again, this is Coach Abram Edwards with Vitality Fit.
Get more information by visiting Vitality Fit on Facebook or Instagram, or check out their website, vitalityfittn.com.
We've done this before today. I got my own bouncy.
We have too much fun here, in case y'all didn't notice. Back on the DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance. We're going to have to do outtakes one of these days. Make that premium content. That'll be fun. We have got Hannah Tobit and Zuli Beltran of the middle school Lady Saints soccer team. Coach Nokes is not here, so this is your chance.
Open floor.
To say anything bad you want to about Coach Nokes. Oh, no, we're just kidding. He's on the way. Ladies, good morning. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Tough game last night, 2-1. Lost to Macon County. Hannah, I'll start with you. You get to the championship game. What was the feeling like going into the game last night?
It was scary to say because you want to win, and going against this team, we know how good they are. I mean, they're undefeated. They're the only team that beat Prescott, who we beat just 2 nights ago, and it was scary but also exciting to see how the game would go and see what we could do.
Y'all tied them 2-2 back earlier in the season. Did you have a lot of confidence going up against them, knowing that you played them even though they were undefeated?
Yeah, I really did, because the last game, the ref called a handball that did not happen, so they got a PK, which that's what made it 2-2. So I had a lot of confidence. If we had good refs, we could definitely outbeat this team.
Zuli, I want to go back to that Prescott game, that big win that y'all had on Wednesday night. And what was the feeling after that game? That's a very good team that you beat. How was the team feeling after that?
We were feeling good because we knew that we were going into the championship. We were guaranteed a trophy, and it was just a good feeling.
Did you feel like the team had a whole lot of confidence and a lot of momentum as you went into the game last night?
Yeah, because, yeah.
So, kind of break down what happened during the game last night. Hannah, I'll start with you. Just sort of how did things take place, and how did it end up a 2-1 game?
So we start out, defense is doing great. Offense, the ball just keeps changing on each side. Dala, she kicks the ball. It's a great shot. The goalie, it slips past her and hits the line, and everyone sees it. But I don't know if the ref's going to call it or not, and he does. So that's our first score of the game. Everyone's pumped up after that. Well, then the ball gets on our side, and defense kicks it in the middle. The girl just takes it and scores. It's a hard shot for Talon to get. It's hard for defense to deflect. That's how they score. Then they come back out in the second half, and it's like the same thing again. It just really hits off someone and goes in the goal. So that's how it comes to a 2-1 game. And we still had 14 minutes left to score, and we had shots we could have made, but it just didn't happen.
So 2-1, still a great season. And Zuli, when you look at the season as a whole, you got to be pretty happy with how everything turned out, right?
Yeah, from 6th grade to now, it's a big, we improved a lot.
What do you think maybe the biggest area of improvement has been since 6th grade up until your 8th grade year?
6th grade, I think we only won 2 games. And this year, we lost 1 conference game.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
So just a lot of things, I guess, learning the game, getting, more acclimated to your teammates, you working together. How many 8th graders you have on this team?
14.
Wow. So how excited are you to be playing high school ball next year?
Excited.
Looking forward to it? Coach?
Zuli, I'll start with you. What is the biggest improvement in your game from your 6th grade year to now?
I don't really know.
Is it ball skills, scoring, putting the ball away, or just confidence, mindset? What has made you a better scorer?
My wingers.
Wingers, your teammates? That's a great answer.
That is a great answer.
That is. When you go back and look at this season, what's going to be your biggest memory? Your best memory?
Probably winning against Prescott.
Winning that semifinals game. That's good. Hannah, your family's been in soccer for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I know a little bit about it. When did you first start playing?
I started playing when I was in 4th grade. When I was 4? Okay, when I was 4. So I've always played rec league, and then coming up here to middle school and hoping to play high school too.
Who was your coach that first year? Do you remember?
I think it was my mom.
Looking back over at Mom?
I think it was my mom. Yeah.
Was she a good coach?
She yelled at me a lot, so.
Did she yell at the other kids a lot too, or just you?
Just me.
We're kind of waiting on Coach Nokes to get back from Rec League. He's coaching there. What is different about Rec League compared to middle school?
Rec League, there's definitely a lot of rules that get taken out. There's not a lot of offsides and PKs, corners, all that. And there's short fields, so playing on this field, it's it gets tiring, but there's a lot of different rules from rec league to middle school.
What are some of the basic skills that your coaches, your mom may have taught you in rec league?
Dribbling, how to play good defense, I guess, and how to shoot, because you shoot with you pass or whatever with your toe, you're going to hurt your toe. So you learn how to shoot with your laces and different things.
So when you get up into middle school and you have Coach Camo and you have Coach Nokes, what skills have they advanced and have they developed more within you?
How to pass someone while dribbling, taking it down the corner, how to get in a position to cross it into the middle so Zuli can score, how to have faster agility and not get tired so fast, and just how to run the field.
Zuli, what's going to be your biggest takeaway? What's the thing you're going to remember most about this year?
Remember most?
Yeah.
Winning against Prescott.
Winning against Prescott.
Y'all also avenged the loss to Avery Trace this week, too. So, because I think that was the only team that beat y'all during the regular season in the conference. So, but you had to have been very happy about that, right?
Yeah.
DeKalb owns Avery Trace in middle school this year. We
Yes.
can just brag about that.
Yes.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
You done coached a game last night and this morning, and
Yeah, I was hoping Julie was going to say, spending time with Coach Nokes was her best, most memorable, but, maybe next time.
we
right?
tried to get them to dish the dirt. They just wouldn't do it.
Okay, well,
Well,
maybe
it's
next
good.
time.
Good to see this trophy, and Hannah broke the game down for us last night. It was a
Awesome.
very tough, hard-fought game, I know, and a good Macon County team.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, what's your assessment of the game last night?
I couldn't be more proud of this group. We played them at the beginning of the season. It was tied 2-2, so we knew we were in the battle, undefeated. They won the whole thing last year, so defending champion. So, it's a tough team, right? They deserve to be up there, and good coaching over there in Macon County as well. But we hung with them. We led the game to start. We got the first goal, and we're feeling good. And they get one back. It's 1-1 at halftime. And, the officiating was good. I didn't feel like we were behind the 8 ball at all on that. So it was just a good hard-fought game. Could have went either way in that second half. It bounced Macon's way this time, and couldn't be more proud of this team, though.
A great season on a whole, and Zuli was just telling us from her 6th grade year to this year, they've gone from like 2 wins to what you've accomplished. What have you seen in this 8th grade group in terms of growth? What's been some of the biggest areas?
Well, they've just all stuck together, Tom. They just came in as little 6th graders, and Zuli's about the same height that she still is. But anyway,
See, Zuli, you had a chance, and now look
now
at
I
him.
got the mic, Zuli. So she's, all these girls, they stick together. Say, a lot of them say, hey, we won like 2 or 3 games, 6th grade. And I don't know about this coach. I don't know about this program. But they stuck with it. Did great last year. Came short of a trophy by one game there at the end. And then at the end this year, it's just kind of icing on the cake to see this 8th grade group go out with such a deserved trophy here.
What are you going to miss about this group?
Oh, it's hard to say because all these 14 of them, right? I think 12 or 10 to 12 I've had all 3 years.
Wow.
And that's probably the biggest group I've ever had for all 3 years. It's, it sounds cliche, but I'm losing some family this year here. And the parents that these girls have, I mean, remarkable. You hear about coaches getting out, the parents are, on my back, parents this. This group of parents have supported us from day one. From the girls that, play every minute to the girls that come in off the bench. They're ready to help in any way. So that's really what's made this successful. We have to have the parents backing. We did that. The players buy in. Coach Ricardo, Coach Camo helping. And all this is just a good storm, if you will, to bring home some hardware here.
Well, we want to thank you, and Coach, I'm going to turn it over to you before I steal all your questions. But we want to thank you. In fact, Coach Nokes helped us out. We were going to try to broadcast last night, but there was no internet connection there, and we couldn't make it work. We were looking into trying the possibility to do that, but y'all been great to work with us, I know, and keep us posted on the season, and it's been fun. We were just talking about this. Middle school teams playing for championships about once a week. Who's next in line here? Because y'all are having a great year over at DMS, that's for sure. Coach?
You brought the trophy. That's good. Talk about all district, all region, all conference.
Yes.
All conference.
Yes. And this was the first time we've ever done this. The coaches were like, high school has first team all district, second team all district. And we should have been doing this for a long time, that the coaches – get together, vote on the all-conference team. And it's tough because you're talking about there's 12 teams. So we're talking about 300 girls across Upper Cumberland that you're kind of thinking about, right? So the top 4 teams, us, Macon, Prescott, and Overton, the most we could have was 3 players. And I was telling my girls over and over again, that's great. And we could have had 6, 7, could have been deserving. But the 3 that got it, definitely well-deserved. We had Evelyn Torres, who's been over here. I don't know if she's been on the show this morning. But,
not yet.
We've talked about her prowess in the back on defense. And she came up top. We were down 1, as you know, and we brought her up top and really made some opportunities there at the end. And then Layla, I can never say her last name, Layla, 7th grader, shortest player on the field, but she'll eat your lunch. She'll just dribble. She's not afraid of anything. And then our center mid kind of is Coach Vance last week said the point guard of the team, Reagan Williams, that facilitates controlling that. And, in our formation, Reagan's a lot of times the only girl in the middle, and that's 3 girls on her at times. And she's still finding passes and finding to these wingers out here, and these wingers getting the job done as well. So it could have been 5, 6, 7 girls on our team, but I'm happy it's for the 3, and I'm hoping we can continue that tradition in the future here.
Maybe an unfair question, but is this one of the best teams that you've ever coached? Middle school?
For the ladies, I want to. I don't like to compare because every group's different, right? Every group's got their weaknesses and strengths, but this one's definitely in the conversation. I would, we've got another second-place trophy. We were just, I think all that team would go back and say, we were happy to be there, right? Yeah. We weren't expected to be here. This team, we felt like, and we had a chance to bring the big one home. So I would think this was probably, as much experience, probably one of the best, if not the best.
What are your overall takeaways from this team in this season?
Just the overall takeaways is, usually at this 14 8th graders, I know we've said that, and at some point of the season, they're like, oh, I'm tired. I'm ready for this to be over, right? I'm ready to go home and watch Netflix, right? But this team, I don't care. It was the last week, and they were all at practice, right? They're all digging deep, and that's what I just love about this. They never quit. Last night, the biggest takeaway, we got down in the championship game 2-1. Nobody lost their poise. Nobody started elbowing anybody. Mm-hmm. Nobody started pointing fingers. Hey, why didn't you do this? Hey, why didn't you do that? They just remained a team, calm, cool, and collective whole game. And we got a chance there at the end to put a couple in the back of the net. Just came a little short, but they just kept their poise throughout this whole thing, and that's probably my biggest takeaway. And the progress they made over this course of this year and all 3 years. Really.
Well, you, your staff, your team brought a lot of pride to DeKalb County, and we thank you for that.
Thank you. We are so thankful for Ms. Teresa Jones, Martha Melching, and Chris Moore coming out and emceeing the first ever soccer pep rally. I've never had soccer cheerleaders before, but that was kind of cool. And I told the cheerleaders, they did such a good job on a short notice. I said, girls, y'all making history. This is the first time you've ever been a soccer cheerleader. And they were coming out, and they got us all pumped up. And it was just so cool to see the school supporting us. And, like we've talked about the football guys coming, hey, bring us another one home. It's just been a big community over there this year, and there's big things going on at DMS this year for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we congratulate you on a fantastic season. We got 3 more players we're ready to bring on, too, so we're going to swap y'all out if that's all right, and bring them in. And thanks for bringing the trophy out this morning, too, and showcasing that. So, ladies, we'll get our next 3 up here, and we'll talk to them for a few moments. Justin, if you want to hang around, we'll I think, Coach, are you sitting this one out? Coach is getting a chair. Okay. He's tired of sitting on the tote here. So, all right.
Yeah,
so
he deserves better than that.
All right.
The tote is tired of me sitting.
The tote. The perils of live broadcasting. So we'll let the couple of y'all share a headset there if you would. And Coach, who we got here? Tell us who our players are.
Oh, me. That's me, right?
Yeah, you, Coach. I got to quit calling Chris Coach because I confuse everybody.
Right. So I've got Evelyn Torres, Cora Gilly, and Reagan Williams.
All
here.
right. Ladies, good morning. How are we feeling the day after the championship game?
Pretty good, I'd say.
Pretty good. What was it like for you going into the championship game? Was there any nerves last night?
A lot.
So how do you kind of mentally prepare for a championship game? And what are some things that you do to kind of psych yourself up, I guess?
Well, we knew there was a lot on the line. We knew that we'd played them before, and we played them good. And we had tied them, but we honestly could have won the game that we'd played before. So we were feeling like mentally we felt like we had it in the bag.
Evelyn, you've been the focus on defense. We've talked about that a lot this year. From a defensive perspective, how did you feel the team's effort was last night?
We had like a lot of effort. We were like, this was something that it's rare to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that we all knew we had to do our best on.
Can I speak to that, Tom? This is a team, going against Macon, they in the first round of the tournament, they scored 5 goals.
Yeah.
And then in the semis, they scored 5 goals, right? So, I mean, in 2 games, they scored 10 goals in the tournament. It's unheard of. And this defensive group held them to 2. I mean, that's
fantastic.
That was in there, and like we said, could have gone either way. I just wanted to point to that this is a high-powered offense we were going against.
Absolutely. And you're coming off a big win over Prescott. I know that talking to the other 2 young ladies, that was pretty exciting. What was it like to beat Prescott? You go on the road, no less, and then win on their home field. What did that feel like?
It felt really good to beat them at their home field. And to beat them, I don't even remember the score.
2-0, I
2-0,
believe.
I think.
Yeah.
To beat them by at least more than 1, because a lot of our games have been just 1-goal games. And to be more than a 1-goal game against Prescott in the tournament felt really good.
Are all 3 of y'all 8th graders? Okay. You excited about playing high school ball?
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. What do you look forward to most playing high school? And maybe what's one thing you're a little nervous about?
Well, this year, we got the tournament, but then in high school you get the opportunity to go even further than that, and that's exciting.
What about the other 2? What are you looking forward to, and what are you a little nervous about?
I'm looking forward to playing again with the 8th graders that I played with last year,
Mm-hmm.
and to just play with some of the older girls and learning more skills and learning how to be a better soccer player with playing with them and against them.
Okay. Evelyn?
I'm looking forward to how far my soccer career can go.
All right. Coach?
Evelyn, Coach said that he moved you up, trying to get you in that scoring position or try to help the team get a goal. What is your mindset as you transition from defense back up into the positive end of the field?
I knew that if I was up there, then I would be helping Reagan out, but not having to do too much. And so we were both just once he told me to go up, I knew that I just had to keep playing and try to keep the ball up here.
Did you sense the urgency of needing a goal, that tying goal, and were you more determined?
Yeah, I was more determined because we were down and we only had a minute left, and I was giving it my all to get it out to the wingers and helping them put it in the middle to Zuli.
Tori, what was your mindset when the middle school is able to score the first goal?
Cora?
Yes.
Cora.
Sorry. I misheard you when you were pronouncing names.
We're all struggling with names today. It's the pollen.
I'm sorry.
Could you repeat that question?
When DeKalb Middle scored the first goal and went ahead, what was your mindset? I mean, how excited were you, and what was your thinking about how to maintain that lead?
I was feeling great, being up in the championship game. It's a good feeling, but also knowing they could come back any minute. It was still the pressure was there.
So it's 1-1 at halftime, second half, nerve-wracking, tension, and they get the goal, and then how much more determined are you, and what do you try to do at that point?
I think it just made us even more determined to start with than we were to start, because we knew we were down. We knew we had to do something, and we had, I think, maybe a little over 15 minutes when they scored, and they made it 2-1, and it was just we were playing our hearts out last night.
So when they get up 2-1 and the Saints are trying to get this score back to tied, what type of effort are you putting through, and what are you trying to do to get that other goal?
I'm trying to pass it up there just to the wingers or to Zuli, and hopefully they'll put it back in the middle so we can get it.
Are you trying to press forward to try to be that extra person up there as a pass and outlet and then switch it back around?
I usually try to press forward because I know that Crystal and Layla have my back there, and
Sounds like a very tight-knit group that's very confident in one another's skills and the ability to kind of interchange and overlap. Coach Nokes has done a great job.
I'm going to get the headset back to Justin for just a moment as we wrap up the segment today, because I got a couple of questions I want to throw at you. With this being a large group of 8th graders, what do you feel like they're going to immediately offer Coach K on the high school level, and what do you see as this group's potential if they stay together moving forward?
Well, the last few years, just the way it's worked out, the flow of the seasons, Coach K's not had a lot of players, right?
Yeah.
And he's having a hard time even practicing against one another. So this large number itself, the number itself is going to just be huge, that they can practice against each other. Everybody's pushing each other to the next level. And then, like I think it was Reagan said, they've got a good group that's right there in front of them. You got Willow in goal, and I'm going to forget some people I know, Azul and Avani, Jerusalem, and Amina. They've got a really good group right there in front of them. They're just all going to just grow the next few years, and I can't wait to see what that holds, that they just stay together there.
I know you can't project the future based on now because things change, players grow, develop, and everything else, but you got to be really excited when you know you're playing a lot of the competition you're going to be seeing moving forward, and look what this group's already accomplished. That excites me a lot.
Oh, yeah, yes. You know, to know, okay, these girls that are playing the middle school level, well, they're going to be at the high school level, too. So if we, just keep this trajectory, we're going to be doing, what we want to do here at DeKalb Soccer.
So coming back next year, some of the players that will be coming back, some of the key contributors, and I know you're very much part of the rec league. What do you see coming up there as well?
Well, just to mention that, like you were talking about depth last week, we had Dyla coming off the bench this time, and she's the one that got the goal last night. So, those girls that have been itching for that varsity time, they're definitely going to be getting it next time because they got 13 players coming back. And, we don't like to say rebuilding. Those 8th graders don't want to hear rebuilding. So we're going to just see what we got next year. And the rec league is just blossoming. We had just out there a few minutes ago, purple one, by the way, 4-year-olds, I just say that. But it was a good game there, too. So it's just so fun to see, the community building in. And I know we've talked about this. Former DeKalb soccer players are coaching right across the street over there at Northside. So, it's starting that community, something that Tigerette softball's had all these years, and Tiger football that, it's kind of in the family, and everybody's supporting each other, and that's when you can really make some progress, and hopefully we'll continue to do that here.
Absolutely. I love to see it. I love to see the rec league is just, for years, it seems like it's really been popular and a lot of kids involved, and now all the success you all are having, Coach K is going to certainly benefit from that. We're just excited about the future of soccer. Coach, thank you, ladies. Thank you for joining us this morning.
And congratulations.
Absolutely.
Thank
congratulations. You. And well, that's about it. We've talked about everything today. I think that we know to.
I think we've covered it.
We've messed up a lot of names. We did an interview twice. It's been quite an eventful Saturday.
But we've had fun.
We've had fun.
We've had a lot to work with.
We have, and we've got a lot of great teams that are having fantastic seasons, and more to come, plenty more. We're very excited about it. All right, let's wrap it up for today. For our DMS soccer folks, for Coach K and his players, and Alison Poss for joining us today. Our producers, Daniel Leslie. For the coach, Chris Vance, I'm Tom Duggan, saying so long for DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.